Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. What a day it was, huh? Fed day, green. We don't see that very often, and things are looking pretty good, I must say. So we'll let people hop in here, and then we'll get rolling. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. How is everybody today? And I wish I could see everybody that was popping in just to say hello, but appreciate everybody hopping in here. Let everybody get in here, and then we'll start up. And again, the SPY was green. What was that up, actually? What did it close? I didn't even remember. It was up 611 and went up some in the after hours, and they definitely looked better than I thought they were going to. I was amazed this morning when they looked so well at 7 a.m., and they are hitting that MACD tomorrow, and they're looking good. 20 coming down. I mean, it's so crazy right now. And but that SPY did jump up there quite a bit and tried to push through to 20. I mean, it just ran up on it. So we're going to see tomorrow what's going on and how the markets are going to be running, of course. So let's start with our list, and then we'll go through them SPY and the big caps and everybody else. So here we go. Let me get over to there. And I forgot you guys weren't even looking, but yeah, that was the SPY and all that. I was just checking out. And here we go, guys. Let's take a look at OCEA and get cruising through our list right here. Hope everybody had a great day locking in profits. I mean, like I said, things are looking pretty good setting up here, and we have to say it looks much better than we thought, especially from 9 p.m. last night, 24 hours ago, when I woke up and did pre-market show. Those of you that hopped on, you know it looked way better than I thought it was going to, and it continued all day. It was pretty impressive, even with the Fed speaking and everything else. So it is much better. And of course, crypto is starting to roll too, so we'll be looking at that and everything else. So here we go at OCEA. Let's take a look at it. It was up a little bit and starting to set up a little better today. Look at it starting to curl. We've seen it happen before, but it is making a little separation right there. Not a whole lot, but it was curling up today if you really looked at it. And it's just kind of more flat at the after hours, but I have a feeling that's bottomed out there. It was in a good spot, and we could see that bad boy rolling up tomorrow and at least getting set up. So I would be keeping an eye on the OCEA. And again, that patience, you have to be patient. And then if you see it in the morning and they're curling up, boom, you can jump in extended hours anytime. And like I say, it's better to get in as it just curls up and you're confident it's moving, rather than try to jump into it and it keep pulling back on you, because it did look good right here a couple days, and then we end up a whole level down. But I don't know if it's coming down anymore there. So OCEA looking much better, I have to say. And let's take a look at that APDN, because it was on the list last night. It reverse split. We've been looking at all these, and then a ton of people jumped on this thing. I know Antonio Costa was on it. He was in from the beginning on this thing, and then Zach jumped on this thing and posted it, and then it really started to get crazy because his following jumped on. And I know Stock Authority was in this early because we were talking about it a while ago, and Moon Market, and so many other people were in on this thing. And it's looking great. It's split. We love these splits. You guys know we go over them each night, so we know what's going on. We had it on the list and knew exactly what to look at today. And yeah, I had it this morning on my list. We had it marked for last night to be looking good today after the split, and it did. It started to curl up there, and again, it looks like it's going to be really popping tomorrow with everybody in the momentum that's hopping on board on this thing. So I didn't expect it to really, I thought it was just going to kind of pop up today. I was waiting for it, and then it was green. It never really looked bad. And then, like I said, Zach and a ton of people were on it. I think a couple other people were in earlier. I know Antonio Costa and a few people were. I seen them posting, but again, we knew it reverse split, and that's exactly what we look for. And the last time it ran up, we were looking at it on the show, and I just posted it. What was it, over 200% or something? So yeah, last time we called it, it did run pretty well, and that was in the beginning when we started doing the show. I think it was August, it said, if I remember, when I just reposted it, but I just retweeted it out. Anyway, that's APDN, and we'll be watching that tomorrow. You know that one. And UOKA, you got to keep an eye on this thing, guys. This thing is looking looking really good right here. And we knew this. We've been watching this thing, and we been liking it. It jumps up, has great runs, and look at it today. I mean, the other day we knew it ran up from 16 to 26, and then here 16 to 17, but it's getting pretty solid. Look at his stair stepping up there. It's pretty nice. So I would be keeping an eye on this right in that channel. Real good there. So UOKA, I would be watching that one as well. So the first three right there, I would say, are pretty damn decent. And then this one we were all over early. ADTX, another one that had reverse split, and then just started to rock and roll and started to fly. ADTX, and it was up. We're up pretty big on it because we were down here, but again, it was the post reverse split prices, but it ran up the last 2 days there for ADTX, and there you are for that bad boy. See, it did reverse split there. I don't know why Finviz stopped showing. They don't show all the reverse splits. It's kind of weird. They were always on point with that too, but I don't know. But anyway, it's still curling up there, and you could get up to that 14 tomorrow into that 20 area. It got up to 1230 today, and yeah, another one I would watch for the momentum on that on ADTX. So a lot of them are looking pretty good. And how about this HEPA right here? It ran up this morning, and I think it started to look a little better at the end of the day. And here's another one that split that we had our eyes on, and we had our eyes on it before. And let's see, I know it ran up to that $1 this morning at 4 a.m. I almost said 7. It was already up there at 4 a.m. We had a couple of them that were running up early, and we'll see, 93 to $1, and it came way down. It was at like 73 or something, and now it's back at 85 and not looking bad right there. So another one right off that split, guys. We're going to see another one. So there's HEPA, and we've been watching that one. And how about this one, that Brazil Potash? Remember this thing? And I was saying we watched it bottom out down here. It did get set up, and this thing's moving along. I mentioned it just the other day. I tweeted it because I saw it moving, and it is cruising up there, 340 to 388. It's at 385 right now. So that was one that was on the laptop travel like lowdown list a little bit back, and like I said, probably right there we probably saw that bottom at 218, and there you go for GRO. So you can keep an eye on. It's hitting that 50, but just a pretty decent one right there. And LAC right here, Lithium Americas Corp, and this one's trying to get set up to run higher. Could bounce back a little bit. We'll see. You see that flat look, but it does look like it's trying to get set up for something right there. So we have to look at it tomorrow. It's sitting right there on that 50. It could easily jump up on there tomorrow, and because it looks really good, I'm telling you. So I would be keeping an eye on that one as well. LAC tomorrow. Let's just see what that looks like right there. LAC. And let's look at our AIM and see if it wants to aim up. It did look a little better today. I know that because I saw it curling up when I looked at it, and it is still curled up. Look at that. It looks much better. We've seen it before. It's jumped up, so it's got to get back up to that 13. It's at 12 right now, or right under 12 at 11, wherever. And yeah, right under 12. And we'll see if it looks like it does want to curl up. And again, it runs up, comes back down, rolls back off that MACD, and then we get cruising again. So there you go. AIM, another one that looks like it's trying to aim up right there. And how about that OCGN? Because that was up 3 cents, and I'm telling you, this thing might have bottomed out and might try to bounce through. Keep an eye on it. It looks like it might have a little more time, but it also could jump right up here now that it's about finished, and then try to run this channel out and then just get popping. So like I said, it's either going to change the chart or be one good pop. We'll pay attention to it because we've been watching it pull back all the way here, and now I think we are getting towards that bottom on here. Just see if what it wants to do tomorrow. OCGN. So that's another one we'll have to take a look at, but again, it's getting down there, and we've just been watching it pull back, and we knew it was going to. We were very clear on that it wasn't something to be buying yet, but something to watch because you could tell what was happening, and it's exactly what I thought. And like I said, we're either going to get a really nice pop or the chart, or we're going to get a pop and then the chart's going to reverse it up, and that's what it originally looked like. Still doesn't look bad to do it because then your 20's coming down to ride it back up. So that's what it looked like weeks ago, and it still looks like that. So that's why we've been watching it. And that LRHC is the La Rosa Holdings. and that's at 20 cents, and that wasn't looking too bad here. Again, it's still under that 20, so we'll see if it can actually get over there. And if that, like, it looks like it wants to get into that channel. It tried to the other day, so we will look at it right there, see if it can get back into that channel at 22 cents. It's at 21. It's right there, and it's not looking bad. It had a little bit of pullback there, as you can see, but not terrible. So there you go at LRHC, and we'll keep an eye on that one as well and just see if it wants to get into that channel to finally get moving again. And Logic Mark right here, LGMK, that one was just kind of flat. We've been watching it. We might have to wait for this bad boy to come down on that 20. We'll have to see. It just has that weird look how it came up like that and it's pulling back. I don't know. It's just coming off that bottom line too. It's in the basement. Yeah, we're going to see Logic Mark tomorrow. That looks like it's bottom right there. So I don't think it's coming back under that 16, which is good because it's at 16.99 or right under 17. And I don't think it's going to pull back any more than that. So you're probably right around the bottom on Logic Mark, and it's just setting up. It's just hard to tell exactly when it wants to get moving, and maybe it's not ready yet, and it just wants to kind of run flat for a little bit and get cruising. So we'll keep an eye on that one because that's another great one. It's in the basement. It's exactly where we love them, and we will keep an eye on it. CYCU, let's see what CYCU is doing, and it is curling up there. And that was up today. It looks like CYCU. And there you go, hitting the 20, 55 to 70. And it's at 69, not looking bad with some momentum. And we've watched this thing come all the way down and kind of knew that was the bottom. You know they're going to bounce around when they're curling back up. Now it's crossed through. And we'll see. I don't know if it'll get back up to the 20, but it's very close because it's yeah, it's not. It's right there. So it should get up into there. Look at this tomorrow. It does look pretty good, CYCU. So we'll have to keep an eye on this one. And again, this one had a huge dip, and we've been following this thing, and it's been flat right there. So looks much better along with a ton of other ones, so that is a good thing. DGLY, let's see that one right here because we've been tracking this one. We knew it ran up the other day, and it's just running flat right on that bottom line, but actually getting set up again. So I would be keeping an eye on this. You can see it. It's trying to roll up. And again, that 20 is at 8 cents. You're at 7. And these things can get cranking. And remember when I told you guys last night and even this morning, they were just sitting in a spot where they could easily just snap your finger and make it go any which way. They were just waiting for the reaction of the Fed. And everything seemed to run pretty smooth from what I saw. I even watched Powell talk. It didn't look too bad. The market didn't react like anything crazy. It reacted pretty good, obviously. And yeah, I would have to say we'll see what the momentum and the how it feels tomorrow, but maybe they're getting changed around. We've been saying they look like they've wanted to bottom out, but you just couldn't tell. We've been playing it day by day, that's for sure, and so we'll still continue to do that. And until that pattern gets broken, we'll continue to look at that as well. But yeah, I think we're getting right around that bottom, if not there. And maybe we'll have like this crazy run up, but we're going to see some pullback. So be prepared after it runs up, and who knows what it's going to do. Crypto is looking good. And again, we'll go through that. Bitcoin's back at 86,000. So that guy, that big wow, took his short position off this morning and turned it into a long position, and all of a sudden it's way up. So I would say people know something right there, wouldn't you? And it is pretty wild. But anyway, that's DGLY and RIME, good old Rhyme. This one's getting set up too, guys. I was watching this thing, and I think this thing gets running up tomorrow. It was up 4 cents. I knew that. I didn't look at the after hours, but it looked like it just said it was up 235 to 244. It's at 237, and yeah, it's over that 20. And another one we've been watching right here, and I think Rhyme is getting set up to look really good as well. So keep an eye on RIME right there for tomorrow. And COEP, this one we've been watching, and again, this thing's actually a really solid one. You can kind of tell maybe it pulls back a little bit. You can see it kind of wants to. It didn't want to cross through. We were talking about that, but it's been pretty solid up here, and you can see the trend line just about coming down. But I don't know how much it's going to come down, and then it'll probably start moving its way back up once it gets bottomed out and cruise back up there. So COEP could be one of them ones that you want to look at for the bottom and potentially be maybe even a long term. Look at this thing. It was way down there. It took a split and just went nuts. I remember when it did, and someone on StockTwits is all over this thing. And we did look into it for a brief second, and they have like AI and biotech or something. So pretty good combination right there. And I would just keep an eye on it. And that's if I remember correctly. Again, yeah, there you go. Something like that. And again, I don't look at any of the fundamentals. So if anyone ever wants to look at this one, COEP, I should bring this up. What's their market cap? 11 million. I'll bring this up on that small cap show with the Wolf guys, actually, because they may like this thing. Like I said, I'll have somebody look into it, or if anyone wants to do their fundamentals on COEP, actually, we'll ask Trades and Gains. He's great at fundamentals as well, so I'll shoot it over to him, and we'll have him analyze it and let us know what he thinks with like the fundamental side, because again, it doesn't look too bad. We'll just watch it pull back, find that bottom, and we'll see what's up with it. It could be a good potential long-termer, and you guys know I don't really, not into many long terms, but if it looks right, you might as well check it out. So, and how about this HIT? HIT took a major hit the other day, and that one's just curling up a little bit today. Not totally. We'll see if it wants to move a little. It could try to move up a little bit tomorrow with the market being okay. If it opens up green again and looks good, 70 to 82, and it closed at 73. So it did pull back there. And again, we'll check it out in the morning or during the daytime. This one might not be really running in the morning. Some of them don't really move in the morning, but nowadays, it's the ones that have, this had over 3 million in volume. The ones that have a little lower volume, they don't necessarily move. This one could though, 3 million. I don't think it had that much. Yeah, it was. I remember looking at the volume, but it was before it dipped down. It had like 400,000, and then all of a sudden it started cranking when it pulled back. So you had 7, 6, 2, 3. Yeah, it could be moving right there. So we'll take a look at HIT and see what it wants to do. And this one, TTD, I'll tell you what, this one we were talking about the other day, and it was looking pretty good to try to get set up. It looks like it's trying to make a base and curl up right there. So we'll see. Maybe TTD tries to pop up there even tomorrow. So keep an eye on this one. I know we were watching it right around here, and it did pull back a little bit, and now it looks like it's a pretty good opportunity, I would say. So that one might have been bottomed out for us right there, TTD. So keep an eye on that one as well. And let's take a look at RNAZ. This one was trying to set up the other day. It never got moving, and it was pulled back today. It's coming up to that line right there. I might have to look at this as well tomorrow. RNAZ right here, Transcode Therapeutics. And yeah, look at it, hitting that line. And for the most part, when they're making that big fish hook, they can get through like that. And it doesn't look like it doesn't want to. It could run up to that 137, which would be a really nice move. I would take a look at this tomorrow as well, guys. RNAZ, it just has that look about it like it could get cruising right there. And how about Lockheed Martin was up $1.27, and I'm telling you, this thing's looking good. Look at this thing setting up right here. LMT looking much better, and not that it was looking bad because we looked at it down here and somewhere down there, I forget where. But yeah, we were looking at this, and it is moving up. Lockheed Martin, LMT, really good. So check out your option plays on that because it's at 470. It ran up to that 490 the other day, and it looks like it's going to go right through that pretty soon. So I would keep an eye on Lockheed Martin right there with options. And let's take a look at NOC. That's at Northrop or something like that. It's called, I forget, Northrop Grumman. That's it. And here we are. It does look, it held that support up there, Luis Rodriguez, so we'll keep an eye on it and see what it wants to do right here. So NOC. Yeah, look at that thing getting set up. I would take a look at this tomorrow as well and make sure you're checking that out. NOC. And real quick, it looks like that COEP. It is called Copetis or something. COEPTIS Therapeutic Holdings. It's a biopharmaceutical company listed as that COEP. It focuses on developing innovative cell therapy platforms targeting cancer, autoimmune, and infectious disease. Its portfolio includes technologies like SNAP and CAR, Universal CAR T cell therapy license from the University of Pittsburgh. All kinds of crazy stuff right there. So, yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'm not exactly sure what's up with it, but there's some good info about it, I can tell you that. And we should watch for the clinical updates revenue from. Yeah, I'm telling you, let's see if we can find some of them AI companies that are like biotech or like any medical ones. I bet there'll be really good ones, good plays right in the future. So we may have to seek them ones out. But anyway, that's at NOC as well. And we were just talking about COEP. We had run through, and I was saying that the chart looks good and the company looks good. It's pulling back. We're going to catch the bottom and just wondering what they did because we don't watch any of the news. And here's Northrop Grumman looking good, and it was up today. And again, I would take a look at that thing because it didn't look bad. I think it closed at the same spot. I was going to say 491.55 and then 491.52. It gives you that look, but it does look like it wants to run. So that's NOC right there. And HII, let's see what this one's up to. Good old HII, Huntington Ingalls Industries. And that's hitting, we've been looking at it. It kind of ran up and I guess pulled back when it hit the top right there is what it looks like to me. And we were looking at that and look at that setup right there, and it ran up. And again, it hit some resistance, but 209 to 211. And then it did hit that resistance up there. So maybe you get a little pullback. We'll have to take a look at HII, but Luis Rodriguez gave us that one, and it ran up perfectly as well. And we'll look at it tomorrow, see what it can do right there. And CDT right here, that Conduit Pharmaceuticals, it pulled back again today. It was crazy. I'm like, wow, that thing's crazy. But that actually looks like you're dipping rip look. So how it just came down like that. So we'll have to see tomorrow if CDT is that little bounce look, but it could be. I mean, it pulled back yesterday. We were talking about it. We've been talking about it. And then you had that really big pullback. So it's either going to try to bounce or it might get into the basement. So we'll have to look at CDT, but that was some good pullback right there, I must say. And good old IPA. This one's back to drinking today. Remember, it had a little bit of pullback yesterday, and I think the party's back on for IPA. It's in the channel, hitting the 50, trying to run through it, and it went 41 to 44, and it's at 44. You can keep an eye on IPA, and again, it just has to get out of that channel, and then it can start moving towards this way in the 60s, and that isn't looking too bad right there, IPA. So we'll keep our eye on that one. And how about this Newton Golf one? This one was another reverse split, and another one we should keep an eye on. Look at this nice setup right here. Curling up big, reverse splitter, and I would keep an eye on that as well because that one looks really good. So our reverse split ones are looking pretty good, and especially like the day after. So we just have to take a look at them and find the reverse splits. I'll run the scanner for it. It's actually pretty easy, and I'll look at Clue. I think it's on here somewhere. I was going to say that it's coming up. MRM. Here comes another one, that reverse split coming up. This one looked great today. Look at this one, pulled back, looking nice. And just in the basement a little bit, could easily pull its way back up tomorrow or bounce, like curl up and go cruising. I'll look at this one tomorrow and just see what it wants to do right there because it has that interesting look to me, that's for sure. And I was checking it out today and it did pull back down there, and I was like, I wonder when it touched that line down there. What was its bottom? 45 cents. I was like, that could very well be that bottom right there. That's for sure. So look at MRM, and I'll check that out in the morning as well. And this one just reverse split, and it was pulling back a little bit. This NAYA, and it is just dipping down. I was taking a look at this one as well, and it wasn't ready yet. Again, it reverse split yesterday, so we'll take a look at this tomorrow and just see what it wants to do here. NAYA real quick. And again, just because it's a reverse split, CLEU recently reverse split, China one, and this one looks like that bottoms in down there at that 160 and looking much better, guys. So we were looking at it before. It did pull the old reverse split. I forget which day it was, and now it's looking much better. So keep an eye on CLEU because that one could get moving right here, as you can see, right by that 20 right there, and not looking too bad. So we'll keep an eye, and it did run today 186 to 210, and it closed at that 210, so it looks pretty solid, and we'll keep an eye on that as well, CLEU. And let me see where to go right there. And let's look at some gold ones real quick. Good old Austin Gold was up just a penny, and that thing's getting set up right here. Remember we were talking about it might have a little bit of healthy pullback to get set up. I think that's all you're seeing right there is a little healthy pullback for these things to get set up off of there. So keep an eye on your AUST for a little pullback. That's why I put it on there. And the same with GOLD. Remember, we looked at it, and it could have topped out yesterday. It's flat. And again, I think it might have a little bit of pullback as it gets set up. But I think gold wants to go up higher as well. So just keep an eye on that too, so get a little bit of a better price after they've run up there if they can pull back a hair. So keep an eye on your gold. And CYN, that is up 3 cents right here, and let's see, it is just in the basement. It looks like it bottomed out right here at that 450, and let me see what it is. CYN, yeah, it's like just getting set up right here. So it's another one. I know we looked at it yesterday or last night, and then today it ran up 480 to 511. Yesterday it was 448 to 508. So just up a little bit more, and not looking too bad right there for CYN. And that's another one to keep an eye on. So just a ton of them, guys. And how about Lion was running, I think, and I thought it was running up there. Let me look at this thing. I thought this thing was moving a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was looking at, yeah, didn't it run? I thought so. There you go. 10. That's what drives me nuts about this thing, because it doesn't show you anything that it does. Like, it got to 30. I thought it ran up a little bit because I remember seeing it. And there you go. I wasn't crazy. 10 to 13. It came back to 9, and it's at 10. And I don't know when it ran up. It could have obviously been a pre-market run up because it's not showing it on the FinViz. But yeah, I remember looking at it and saying, yeah, that definitely ran up today. And again, like, if you own this thing and you're just using FinViz and you have no idea at 4 a.m. that it ran up, or that's your alert set, like, I'm pretty sure if you set your alerts on here, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you're pretty screwed because that thing's running at 4 a.m. and they don't even know. So it kind of makes a big deal and a big difference right there. So there you go. It did run, and I thought I was crazy, but maybe not. And LGL did cruise right there. And let's see. It's in the reverse split stocks right there. So they're reverse splitting. Is that what happened? I didn't see it, but yeah, if Laptop Travel said he's sending over a list, they might have announced it. Good possibility. Who the heck knows what's going on? So I'll check that out. Thank you. And there we are with LGHL. And like I said, I thought I saw it run up. And this finger motion right here, FNGR. Remember I said put your finger on this one last night? Well, there you go. That was the reason why, because look what it did. 142 to 167. And it's at 156. And it looked pretty good, huh? So remember what I was saying last night about that. And I would keep an eye on it for a little momentum right there. So knew that was cruising up. It was an easy one, you could just tell. And yeah, I'll tell you, I give you a little hints, guys, and you'll know which ones are looking really good. And again, I mark them down. We just go through so many of them that it's like, you got to pick the ones that you like and that fit your style, because there are a ton. And again, I just take the list, the requests that you guys want to see, and run through them. So everybody looks at different ones and has different ideas of what they like. And then I just go through and tell you what looks good. So, and you can tell we now am pretty good, because I mean, look at this, and the 100%ers and everything else. So there you are with FNGR finger motion, and that was cruising today and not looking too bad. Yeah, obviously have your resistance up here at 176. So that's what you're looking at right there. And LSE, this was on the list last night. This thing I think might have run over like 100% today. So, and I had that marked up for you guys. Remember, it ran up yesterday in the after hours, and this was another one that they don't show, because yesterday it only showed it went up to 777. I was talking about it, and it definitely went higher. It went to 1554, and then today it opened at 1228, and then ran up into that 1680. It's at 1123 right now. So yeah, it might have run up there and topped out right there, but I don't even know. It's stuck up in that top. It could run up. I would keep an eye on this thing in the morning, guys. LSE, it very well. Remember, oil and gas company from China. I was talking about this right before it was running up. Boom, there you go. So LSE, it popped up on the scanner too. So I know we were looking at it, and then we looked at it. We went over it last night, and bam, 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 it just was popping for you guys. And again, keep an eye on it for some momentum right there. And how about Top Ship? We looked at it last night just because I made a mistake, and I told you it was setting up to be good. We went to look at TOP, and then I thought it was this one actually. So, or there you go. We were looking at this one. We can come back to it, but this one actually did run up 606 to 610. It came back and opened and closed at the same spot. Kind of weird. I love that, but yeah, it looks pretty good, guys. Keep an eye on it, and it did run up a little bit today for us. And TOP, I know we looked at it last night. I forget what it did today. It was running up, I remember, and I accidentally did Top Ship, but this one ran up a 5 cents and then came back. It actually closed at 133. It's not even looking too bad here, so I'd keep an eye on both TOP and TOPS right there. And BHAT, let's see what BHAT's doing. Did we look at that yesterday? I don't remember, but it's down 40 cents. And let's see what it's doing. A little bit of pullback right there for BHAT. And yeah, it's I don't think it's getting over that 20. So if it jumps up, it's jumping up a little bit there. And again, it jumped up here, 234 to 394. And again, you could see it come up to that 388 area possibly. I'll have to look at it tomorrow. You can't really tell exactly what BHAT even wants to do at the moment. So could be pulling back a little bit more right there, and I will keep an eye on BHAT. And let's see what am I? That Mirror, that Dave Mirror. Remember we were talking about him, and his Mirror Pharmaceutical Company was up today, and that ran up some. So remember we were talking about, and I said it was looking good, 118 to 131. Then it closed at 118 and gave you that look again. So there you go for good old Dave Mirror, and it's not looking bad. Maybe it comes back into this channel to get set up. Well, look, I'll look at it again tomorrow, but it did look good yesterday, and it did run up a little bit. So again, you can play any of these as long as you know that they're going up and you're not looking to hit home runs and 100%ers all the time. You can trade in and out of these things at ease almost. AREB, keep an eye on this thing tomorrow, guys. This thing's getting set up too, and is at that look. It ran up a little bit today, but it was not anything real crazy, I don't think. Let me see, 22 to 31. Oh, and then it pulled back to 18 or 17, and it's at 18. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this thing as well. That could be like bottoming out to get ready. That AREB, I kind of like that when I was talking about it last night. So I would keep an eye on that as well. AREB, and this other one, STBX, good old Starbucks was setting up, and this one's in a great spot. Look at that thing, guys. So I would absolutely keep an eye on Starbucks right there too. STBX looking great, and keep an eye on it. So there you go. It's Starbucks. Yeah, looking good right there. So that is Starbucks, STBX, and I know that was on a laptop travel list. And here we go. SGHT mentioned this one. Was this the one I mentioned last night that was on Laptop Travel's list and said it was looking really good? Yeah, it was. And this one was cruising up today. So again, remember what I was talking about, little poppers up here like this, 286 to 310 at 298. At 298, where it closed, it was up 5%, almost over 4%. So you know it went over 5% right there. And I told you last night that was looking good. Still looks pretty good. Another easy one right there, guys. So we just give you out a ton of poppers. And again, they run 5% right now when the market's not making them go 100%. You can't look for them, and you don't even try to. You just find the ones that are actually moving unless you're trying to short the market down. But these ones were easier plays that we knew were going up. Depending on, it didn't matter if the market was pulling back or not. These were pretty safe to try to go up. Obviously, nothing's 100%, but they were looking good to keep their way up, and the market was green, so that definitely helped them for sure. And how about that BTOG? It pulled back, what, yesterday, or was that today? I forget. Hold on, let me look at it because I forget what it did here. It pulled back, it looks like today, 28 to went up to 30, and it's at 28 now, but it went down to 26. Yeah, I would watch this tomorrow, guys, because we already know they love to roll off like that, and we'll have to take a look at it. We do have the 20 coming down, but I do like it to roll off of there. It looks like it wants to right here, so I'll keep an eye on that BTOG as well. And we obviously were looking at it the other day when it was running up there. And SUNE, Sun Nation. And let's see, this one ran up the other day as well right there. There's at 75, and they do pull back pretty quick, huh? But it looks pretty good. It's pushing the envelope on that at 20, which is at 55 cents. It went 40 to 63. It's at 41, and it doesn't look too bad right there to get a little more sunny. So we'll see if Sun Nation can bring some energy, Sun Nation energy right there. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow, but I can't say that it's looking bad, that's for sure. And let's keep on going and seeing what our fresh poppers are going to be. LUCD, it said Lucid Diagnostics, and I thought this was Lucid. I was like, I was all kinds of confused when I looked at it. And this one actually is trying to get through. And again, we have to see if that pattern breaks. So that's exactly what we're looking for. And they are looking pretty good to do it. And they've all curled up multiple times already. So we'll see. They're hitting that MACD. If they get rejected, we're obviously seeing some dippage. So it's, they left them right where it's like not very easy to see what they're doing. And let's see what that other Lucid's doing. LCID, Lucid Group. And this is an auto manufacturer, and this one was crawling up. I actually looked at them both because I thought it was this one. And that is LCID, and that's the other Lucid. And yeah, it jumped into that channel. So watch this thing to try to jump up here like 30 cents or so tomorrow. Lucid LCID. So that's one you can keep an eye on right there. And the other Lucid as well, LUCD. And how about this FBGL? This one's that new one that's been setting up, and it is looking good today, I must say, right there. We've been watching it and just seeing if it could get set up. And again, I told you it was fairly new, but to be fairly new, from being in the basement, it looked like it was trying to get set up. We couldn't tell exactly when, but if you were following it and liked it, I think Scott or somebody was liking it and was all over this today. 83 to a dollar. I almost said 100. 83 to a dollar, and it did close at 95 cents. So there you are with FBGL, and another one we were in super early. And like I say, you guys just send over some great stock tickers, and I just go through them and tell you what's ready at the moment. They need some time to set up. They're going to pop at the moment, and we go through this list, and we make a huge list, 150 plus stocks, and you can definitely take the list if you mark it down, or even when I send it out. And you can look at the ones that are marked up, and for the most part, they're going up the next day. Obviously, no one's 100%, but you can get a really good idea of what's going to be moving real quick. And, and then 7 a.m., we go through the market, and then we see what's moving for the rest of the day. And we do it all the time. We've been doing it for months now, I think since last June. So coming up on a year in June in the summertime, and we've just been cruising along and having a good time. So appreciate everybody hanging out. If you're new, go ahead and follow along. And we do a show at 7 a.m. pre-market, and then 9 p.m. every night. And it's Sunday night through Friday morning. We do shows every day, 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. So make sure you're following along, and on the X and everywhere else, and the live streams now, so that's good stuff. And here we are. Let's look at the next one. So that was FBGL, and the SAG. We were talking about this because it was trending yesterday on StockTwits, I believe. And here you go. It jumped up in the after hours, 62 to 105, and it closed at $1, and it's not looking bad. So SAG looks like it wants to try to get through right there. So keep an eye on that one as well for a little momentum play. And how about this BDRX? Let's see what that's doing right here. BDRX. And that's trying to get set up as well. It's jumped up a little bit. We'll have to see. It jumped up like 32 cents today. BDRX, let's look at it. Yeah, it did jump up today. I'm not sure if it's going to cross through yet, but this one could get set up. Look at these big jump ups, and it has that same look. So it looks like it might pull back for one more, but then it could really get set up. So we'll look at that one, BDRX. I'll keep an eye on that one as well. And this one I think was running up ALLR, and it was right there. And it looks like it's going to try to roll off that MACD. I was watching this today too. Look at that thing, 86 to 109. It's at 99, and it's looking pretty good for ALLR. So keep your eye on that one as well, because that one looks pretty good to me. And how about Geo right here? This one doesn't look bad in that channel. And the Geo group, I remember we looked at it before because they talked about it on that small cap show. And yeah, it's not looking bad at the moment. I remember we looked at it, it pulled back. That looks like the bottom. And let's see. It is solid in that channel right there, 2652 to 2855. It's at 2802, and yeah, not looking too bad. And let's see if that Geo can break through that 50 tomorrow and get over that 2875 area, and it would be really good. It looks like it's trying to at least set up to do it. Not sure if it'll do it tomorrow, but it's trying to get set up to do it. So I'd keep an eye on that one as well. And Genius Group, GNS, that looks pretty good, getting squeezed up there right now. So keep an eye on. I'm telling you, there's a ton of them right now, guys. I know Laptop Travel said his scanner just spit out a ton of them, and I know my scanner's on fire. I mean, I can just tell you right here, if you want real quick, I'll just run it while we're going. And then you can even look at them. They're going to be small cappers when it stops scanning. And look, this thing's going to scan a ton. There you go. Look at all them bad boys. Holy cow. Look at that. You could go all night just there. That's a lot. So, yeah, ALLR's right there. Easy go. You probably run through E-Labs there. And then we didn't look at the charts, but they're just popping up on the scanner. So they're trying to do something here. And yeah, we'll keep on cruising. So I know there's a lot of them getting set up. And that's always a good sign that things are getting reversed around. Because we were running the scanner before, and I had been. And it wasn't pumping them out like it should be when it's like really trying to run. Actually, more or less when they're pulling back, that's when it really don't spit them out. So, excuse me. And all right, there, that's better. Genius Group there, GNS. And let's see what is going on with AVNS. Oh, I got to type it in right first. AVNS. There we go. This one's looking pretty good trying to cross. I'm telling you, they do look like they want to break that pattern. And remember the other day, I typed it in wrong again. These letters are killing me, AVNS. Remember the other day I was saying a couple of them were trying to break that pattern there? Well, I guess they were trying to break through. This one's trying to. It is in that spot where it can pull itself back, but it doesn't look bad right there either, ANVS. Not exactly that bullish, but you could get a little pop off of there. So that's ANVS right there. And Silo, SILO. And this one is just kind of running a little more flat than anything. Yeah, look at it. Running flat on that 20. Could just stay in that channel. Nothing too crazy here either, you can tell. And yeah, if it pops up, it'll get up to that 153. 138 to 153 is not bad, so that's what you look for on Silo. And LAES right here was up 11 cents. This is one of them semiconductor ones, and it's just in that channel. So just let it run around right there. AES. We looked at it the other day when it was running up and figured it was staying in the channel. Look what it did, and you might even get a little bit of pullback. We'll see if it can get over that 50. I'm not so sure. So it might stay in that channel to get set up right there, and that is LAES. And this Hoo-Hoo, I don't really know this one, but look at the name of that, Hoo-Hoo Tech International Group. It's brand new, it looks like. So October 22nd. I was like, I don't know this one. But I'll tell you what, it looks pretty damn good right there. This Hoo Hoo looks pretty good, I must say. That's a pretty wild name. Was it a China company? Yeah, of course it is. Hoo Hoo Tech. Hoo Hoo Tech. Yeah, up 24 cents. And look at it. It was running up yesterday 417 to 471. Today it was trying to run up 422 to 463. It's at 425. And just a little pullback. I'm telling you, this thing looks interesting for sure. Whoever sent this over, I think this looks good. Just watch it up here at that $5 area. But if it gets cruising tomorrow, we have to keep an eye on Hoo Hoo because it's just a great name anyway. And it doesn't look bad at all. It's trying to pop up. So good old Hoo Hoo. Keep your eye on Hoo Hoo right there. And SNDL, Sundial. Oh, yeah, it used to be Sundial. Now it's SNDL Inc. I forgot. But they used to be Sundial. This is a cannabis type company as well. And let's see what Sundial or SNDL Inc. I'm trying to call it Sundial. SNDL Inc. is up to. Today it was just running through the 20, but nothing crazy. A little pullback right there. Yesterday it was running through. They were looking good yesterday. I'd have to see that one tomorrow. What did Canopy Growth do right here? CGC, that pulled back a little bit. And I think Tilray did too as well. Yeah, that pulled back just a hair. So I'll take a look. Tilray doesn't look really bad right there, to be honest. It did run up a little bit. It looks like it opened up, or it opened up higher, or no. Yeah, it did open up a little bit higher and then pull back right there. So that's Tilray, and then the Canopy Growth did pull back today. So there you go. And like I said, I was looking. I didn't see anything crazy with the cannabis industry. They were just jumping up the other day, I think. I'm not sure what was happening. And anyway, that was SNDL, and that's SNDL Inc., and it used to be Sundial, if you remember, probably during before COVID time when the cannabis stocks were like popping and stuff. That's when that thing was up there as Sundial. HITI, High Tide. And let's see what the tide's going to be here. Just pulled back, trying to bounce up. Let me see what High Tide's up to. HITI. And that one, I mean, it looks like it's trying to make a base possibly, but it's pulling back. So I don't see it really going crazy tomorrow. I'd have to look at this again just to see. Maybe it makes some crazy move. You can see it made that crazy bounce up right there, and then it pulled itself back. I'd have to look at High Tide tomorrow and see what's up with that. HITI right there. And QNRX. Coin therapeutics, pharmaceuticals, yeah. Let's see. This one looks like it could possibly try to roll off of there. QNRX. And it doesn't look bad. It was hitting that 20 pretty good at 29 to 30. It's at 30. And it could jump up over here tomorrow. So I'd keep an eye on QNRX. That could get moving right there over that 31 cents. So, yeah, we'll look at that one. See if it really wants to get popping right there. Not looking too bad. And HKPD right here. Hong Kong Pharma Digital Technology. It's a new one. January, it opened up here at 350. You're back at 140, just coming out of the basement, hitting that 20 right there. HKPD. And let's see, it was looking pretty decent, 120, 164. It closed at 149 right there. And that's basically where it has it. And it's over that 20 and not looking bad and has a lot of room. So we'll have to keep an eye on that HKPD right there. And I'll take a look at that. And then how about this DGNX real fast? DGNX. That's Diginex. And that was running up. And that's a new one too. And that's another new Hong Kong company, DGNX right here. And that is that what? Yeah, 103 right there. And it did run up 173 to 111 today. Closed at 100. And it is not looking too bad. I'd have to look at that tomorrow. But it looks like it's getting into the top. It didn't stay in there, but maybe it will off of that look because it just got through that resistance. So that's one to keep an eye on tomorrow morning, guys. DGNX. And how about this HKD AMTD digital? Didn't this thing like run like through the roof one time? Like it just like went, yeah, see, I knew it did. It ran up to like, and this didn't reverse split. I know it hasn't. I'm almost positive because it's been, it ran up over like $2,000. I remember when it did it. It was right here, whenever this year was, but it was August. It opened at 9:30, but I remember when it was down here. So in like July, it's down at like $19, and it jumps up to 70 that day, and then it just stays around there, just dipping around, and then the thing just gets cruising. So look at this thing, 163 to 485. Then it went 335 to 767, 930 to $2,555, and then it started pulling back big. I remember that real good. That thing was wild. So yeah, that's this thing, HKD. I'm not saying it's going to do that, but it would be pretty cool if it did. And here we go. I believe that's a China one, right? I always think it's a China one. It's from France. I always say that. And here we are crossing, hitting the 20. We'll have to look at it, but it's not looking too bad right there. And again, I'll have to look at it tomorrow, see what it wants to do. Yeah, I think it might have a little setup time and then try to get running for HKD. And TEM, this one wasn't looking bad today, and that one's trying to curl up, looking pretty decent to try it too. Had a big old fish hook, and your 20's coming down right there, 53. So you got some room to run up there with TEM. Tempest right here, yeah, it could run up to that 53. Just watch it, see if it can get through that MACD. And again, we're holding the pattern until they break it, but they're looking much better, we have to say that. And we're taking it day by day, obviously. So TEM, I forget. I know somebody messaged me. I was talking to him about it. And yeah, it's not looking too bad. I'll look at tomorrow again. We're looking to see if it'll hit that MACD and get through it, or at least do something. It's curling up pretty good, but you just never know tomorrow. So we'll take a look at that. AGH. Oh, I remember this thing. I just remember this name. And we were looking at it before because it had that huge dip, and now it's starting to roll up 19 cents and even up in the after hours. And this looks pretty good, guys. AGH, that's up at 217 to 20, so you got some room here too. And yeah, I would take a look at AGH in the morning and try to keep that momentum there. That doesn't look too bad. And how about RR's Rich Tech Robotics? We just looked at it the other day. It pulled back. It's looking really good right there to jump off that support line, I would say. In that channel, I could see it getting up into this 50 area, 448, somewhere's right there tomorrow. So 250. Watch it tomorrow. RR Rich Tech Robotics, that could move up into that 250 area. Not looking too bad. And again, I'm pretty sure it's going to depend on the market conditions, but this is how they're setting up as they close today on a Fed day, and everything was pretty green, which was pretty amazing. I don't know what I just hit, but what was I even looking at? What was that? RRZK, and that is ZK. KR Intelligent Technology Holding. That one's a crazy name. This one's pulling back. They do have earnings coming up tomorrow, so I don't know if I'd be touching this at all. I know I wouldn't, honestly. But what it looks like, I'd have to look at it. It could roll off that MACD and get popping off them earnings, but you know that the earnings are crazy, and this thing's even crazier looking, so I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to look at ZK in the morning just to take a better look at that, just to, to see what exactly it's doing. Five Below is trending, I know that, on StockTwits, and they had earnings today, and it looks like their earnings went pretty well, and that's a big curl up right there, so we'll have to take a look. Could get some good momentum off of Five Below. It's in that spot where it likes to pull itself back, but it's got momentum right here, and it could get up into that $89 area. So keep an eye on Five Below for the little momentum right there. And that Devs, we were looking at this before, DEVS, DevStream. And let's see what it's doing. Basing out down here finally, and does look much better. Good eye. I think Laptop Travel sent this over. Ran yesterday a little bit, and today it's up there a little bit, 34 to 43 at 35. And I think it might try to get up in here in that 38 area and get steady. So take a look at DEVS, not looking bad right there either. So there you go with that list. Let me know what you guys want to see. I see a couple posted up there. I'll go through our Laptop Travel and our Jolie's Jams real quick, and then we'll take a look at our Bitcoin and all that and our SPY and see what you guys want to see. So there you go. Post up whatever you want to look at, and we'll take a look at it. That's for sure. But let's roll right through these guys. Our ACRV, Acravon Therapeutics. Let's see what this is doing here. That one's looking pretty good. ACRV, and again, it may not be running 100%, but look, yesterday we talked about, right? I'm pretty sure that was on there, if I remember correctly. Maybe not, I don't remember. There's so many of them, but I know we look at most of these and he just shuffles them around on us. So one day we'll look at them, then the next day we'll look at another list, and then they're all pretty similar. And but yeah, no, this one's in that channel right there running around, and you could kind of tell it gets in that channel. That's exactly what it does, and it gets set up. We'll have to see. I don't think it's getting through it tomorrow, but it might just run through here while it really gets set up. So not looking bad for ACRV. Did run up. ALLR, I think we did look at this one already. And it was curling up there. Yeah, we already looked at that. ALLR. I know I wrote it down twice there, but another one in that channel, and that one's trying to curl up, see if it can get through that 104 area over that 50, and it would be good. That one has some better momentum right there. AUD, we hadn't looked at this in a little while, and this is getting set up right here, huh? That's a pretty good setup. I like. AUD. So yeah, keep an eye on this. Look at it running up from the 20 up to the 40 there, or the 40 to the 50, and it's had 32 cents running up to 40 cents. So that's where you get the 40, but it's trying to hit the 50. So there you go at AAUD, and that was just like a brain tease for me. Holy cow. You know what I just said, the 50 and the 40, I just confused myself. So if I didn't even say that right, I apologize, but I don't even know what I just said. Hold on, let me look at that again. What did I even say? That was confusing. All right, 40 cents is at the 50 area, so look for it to run up there. I don't know if I said that last time, but that's what I was meaning to say, because that was just like gave me a brain, fried my brain. Anyway, AUD, BFRI. Let's see this one. Let's see, curling up right there. Another one, and a lot of these are just in that channel right now, which isn't a bad thing because you can see where they're going to run around. I mean, look at it, and you can see this one did it as well. So yeah, just take a look at it, and if you want an easy trade, check these guys out because they run real nice and easy. And again, you're not looking for 100%er here. You're just looking for some movement on a day. Today it was moving, but even days where it's not moving, these guys will be moving. BREA, we were just looking at this. Let's see, it's getting set. Oh, it looks like it's trying to set up there. Let's look at this thing, BREA. Yeah, it ran up yesterday. It's trying to run up today, 70 to 92. I don't know if it went up early in the morning, but it looks like it pulled back there. This only has it going to its high of 70, so it was definitely in the early hours probably. And again, so if you own BREA and you don't use TrendSpider or something good, and you rely on FinViz and you pay for it because that's the elite, you'd have no idea that this thing popped up at 4 a.m. You'd be sitting there just watching it unless you were looking into your account. But how many people stare at their account to actually, monitor the charts or anything? So you're looking at a charting service that you pay for and you don't even know it's moving. You're just sitting there like do, and here it's going off from 70 to 92, and now all of a sudden you're back under where it opened at this morning, and then you're wondering what happened. So it is pretty crazy, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I pointed out, and I don't understand how it's even like, it's just crazy to me. They can't operate like that because you can't see anything. So that's I'm just pointing out to you, and that's BREA. And let's take a look at CNTX right here. And yeah, a lot of these do run up early in the morning at 4 a.m. just like HEPA did this morning. And again, you'd had no idea if you were using FinViz. You would have never known. Someone actually, because I messaged it out, I tweeted it out, and someone thought it actually reverse split because it had run up, and they just kind of thought that it reverse split because you didn't really know off of FinViz when you looked at it. So it is pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. I guess TradingView would be good. You'd have to use that or something, and to get accurate pricing, because this one just doesn't cut it anymore. CNTX, Context Therapeutics in that 20. Now this one could run up and try to push the envelope tomorrow just the way it looks. Maybe not. And 85 down to 81. Where to have this? It does have it at 81. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'd have to look at that tomorrow. That's why I do look at two charts all the time to make sure I can tell exactly what's going on. And obviously, my trend spider's, I believe, way more accurate. I feel like I'm in the matrix with it, to be honest with you. It's crazy, as you guys can tell. And CPOP, CPOP, this one is pop culture. This is a China one, and this one looks like it might be trying to C-pop up. So take a look at CPOP right here. Yeah, that one could easily get through to 20. Look at that crazy look yesterday. And then today, 63 to 69. It's at 68 and not looking bad. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. You can see that setup happening for CPOP. So, I would keep an eye on that one. CRVS is Corvus Pharmaceuticals right here. And this one's just in your channel. Could be pulling back a little bit. Nothing crazy. But, again, just you can see where it's trading, so you can just keep an eye on that and see if it bounces around right there. And EONR, let's look at that one real quick. That doesn't look bad, guys. That's riding off that 20 right there, looking pretty decent with some momentum. There you go. Look at that look, 48 to 56 at 55, and you probably want to keep an eye on EONR right there, and FGL. There we go. Founder Group, this one's jumped up as well. FGL, I think you had this on one of the lists last week or sometime soon. It was definitely on here, and again, he cycles through his scanner, so it just picks them up, and then, like I said, there could be 150, and then he'll pick out through there. So he always gives us a very solid list, and they're always a little bit different here and there. And we do revisit a lot of them, and that's how you can make a great. Like I said, all of these end up popping up just like this, 126 to 155. It's at 149, and it could run up to that 158 and even higher tomorrow. It looks pretty good right there, FGL. So you keep an eye on that for a little momentum as well. And GAME, not GameStop, but GAME, not looking bad. I remember we looked at it last night because I did pull up GameStop with it. And it's in that channel, exactly what we were talking about, and probably going to maintain in there tomorrow. And Genprex, GNPX right here. Let's see what that's doing. Let me see, GNPX. Let me take a look real quick. Hold on, just seeing what's going on. GNPX, let me see. I'm just looking at the other stuff. Let's see what it's doing now. Up 2 cents right there, GNPX. And it ran up, and then it came out of the channel, so we'll see what it wants to do tomorrow. I know it did run up the other day. Was that yesterday? It ran up in the after hours, or 2 days ago it ran up in the after hours, and yesterday it kind of pulled back. And then now it's just trying to get reset up, so we'll keep an eye on GNPX it is right there. And let's take a look at GREE right here, and that one's up 9 cents. GREE, this one looks really good actually. So take a look at good old GREE right here, and that one's trying to push the envelope, hitting that 20. So we'll have to see if it can break through there. It looks like it was trying to, and it looks pretty solid. So I would keep an eye on that at 90 cents. This has it up a little higher. That's why it's over to 20, because your 20 is right there at about 90, 91. I'd keep an eye on GREE right there, not looking bad. And what is that? IMRX. All right, IMRX. There we go. IMRX. Here we are. This one might just hit up here. It's a little bit flat. It might not go a little crazy tomorrow, so we'll have to keep an eye on this one. Again, might hit up here at your 182. It's from 168. It's in the channel trying to move up a little, but it's not real big, and it has resistance right there at 175. So just be careful with that one. IMRX at them spots. And INLF. Let's see what this is up to right here, because this looks like it's cruising up pretty nice off of there. Let's just make sure. INLF. There we go. And yeah, that one looks really good, guys. I'd keep an eye on that. 171 to 202 or 204, and it's at 202. So INLF looking pretty good right there. JBDJ. Let's see what that's doing here. JB's the DJ. No, that's not what it is. Hold on. JBDI maybe? That's probably what it is. Can't be a DJ. JBDI. Yup, that's what it was. That one's kind of curling up and not looking bad either. So DBJI. No, that's not. I can't even say it. What is this thing again? JBDI. It's killing me here. This thing's murdering me. JBDI. There we go. It's not looking bad. It's in that channel right there. And 59 to 60 down. Yeah, we'd have to look at it. It might jump up into this channel. It's not looking that crazy, but it could run up to that 50 tomorrow, which isn't that high up, but it's not too bad right there. So I'll look at it. JBDI it is. And MFI, is that Mercury? No, it's not that Mercury one. That's a different one. MF International. This is getting set up. It has a hard curl up too. We have to take a look at this one tomorrow. Let me see. MFI. Yeah, I'll have to look at it tomorrow. I think it's going to get set up in about a week. That one might be like a week away, to be honest with you. And MREO. There we are. MREO. That's it. Let's see what that's doing right here. Let me see. MREO on that 20. And let's see. Yeah, that one could get moving. It was pulling back, and now it's just sitting right there. I'd have to look at it, but it could run in that channel right there. That's basically what it would do, if anything. And OPTX is actually looking good. This one could run up here and not looking bad. OPTX, yeah, you could get up here with no problem into the 170s from the 150s, so you keep an eye on that one. And PRSO, let's look at that. PRSO. And that one's trying to bounce off of there. Let me take a better look at it here. PRSO. And yeah, it's trying to bounce off. It's in that channel. I'd imagine it's going to stay in this channel now. So from that 82 up here to that 91. So keep an eye on that one. That's what it should be trying to do anyway. PRSO and SGMT. Sagament Biosciences. And this one is just a little bit flat. SGMT. And yeah, I mean, it's just, what it do? 389, it closed at 394. It's not looking bad here to stay in this channel and just kind of stair step its way up. So nothing crazy, but it'll move up. It should move up a little bit. SKK, we looked at this the other day, and this is in that channel just bouncing around as well. And it is SKK. Not SJJ, and there you go. Like I said, just bouncing in that channel right there. So that's all they do. It obviously ran from 80 up to 88, but your channel's right here at 90 and 82. So nice and easy, guys. That's all you're looking for on them. And SPPL, let's see. And then as they get set up, and you can tell they'll bounce up. This one looks pretty good. Could get up to that 56. It's at 50 SPPL. And yeah, you could see it jump up. You could see it jump up here. It doesn't look too bad to try to do it. You do have resistance there, but you could get up into the 60s. But you'd have to obviously get through 56 first. That makes sense, but you would have to push through it pretty hard to get up to the 60s. For SPPL, and let's look at VVPR right here, Vivo Power International, and that's getting to be in a good spot, guys. We might want to keep an eye on VVPR right here. It ran up yesterday, and it was trying to move today, 75 to 77. That's where it's at, and that looks pretty good to me. And XGN, let's take a look at that. XGN in that channel, probably just staying in there. That's what it looks like right there. Let me take a look again. And yeah, you're probably staying in that channel right there. Maybe it busts through. It has some pretty good momentum, so it could try to get through, but you're looking at about 780 for it to get to that and really get moving for XGN. So there you go, everyone. There's your laptop travel list. A couple great ones at CPOP. Keep an eye on EONR and FGL for a little momentum play. INLF and that OPTX and that VVPR not looking bad right there. So there's a couple. And I think that GREE was even moving as well. So there you go with a few of them. And yeah, I think that INLF was pretty good right there, right? Yeah, that one's not looking bad right there. So there you go with a few of them, guys. And let's do our Jolie's Jams. Let's see what our Agrify is up to right here. If I could type it in, we'll look at it. It's up 13 cents. It was running up the other day, getting set up. Now it's got to try to reset up. It's trying to stay in that channel right there. And it looks like it's going to try to curl back up from this look anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to stay in this channel. You're going to get a little curl up and get it to run back up tomorrow in this area. And it's just got to get set up and stay on the right page and the right pace, and it can get back up to 25. And that is Agrify, AGFY, and BLNK. Let me type it in right. Good old Blink charging right here, and that's moving up right there. Has a crazy look, I'll tell you that from there. Yeah, look at that. It opened and closed at 103. And it is trying to curl up. Our 50s up here at 117, so if it can catch some movement, it could get moving up there. So we'll look at it. Blink, we've been watching it, we always do, and yeah, we'll see if it can get cruising right there off of them earnings from before. It does look like it tried to bottom out, and it is looking much better, I must say that, for BLNK. So we'll keep an eye on it. And good old Sezzle, this was up today. I did see this, and it's trying to curl up, and again, we have to wait until it breaks, really breaks that pattern that we know. We see that 20 coming down and it curling up. It does get exciting, guys. Trust me, but it will fake us out if it doesn't break right through. So we have to make sure before you can really get too crazy. And good old Rivian right here was moving up, not looking bad, hitting that 20. We'll see if Rivian can continue its momentum up here. And yeah, hitting that 20 right there. And it does look pretty good to try to jump into that channel. So keep an eye on Rivian as well. It could move up there. And let's take a look at Symbotic right here, SYM. That was up 50 cents. This one looks really good. I would keep an eye on this tomorrow, guys. SYM. Did we ever figure out if they have options on SYM? I forget. It's only a $21 stock. But it's not looking bad. It's trying to get set up right here. I'm just curious. But yeah, it's not looking bad. It looks like it's bottomed out right there, and it's trying to move. So I would keep an eye on Symbotic. That's looking pretty good for us. And here we go. We'll just keep on rolling right through since we're cruising right along. So let me know if you guys want to see anything. Just post it up, and I'll definitely get to everything. I promise you. I just looking, and I see Laptop Travel just posted the overnight trading leaders, which was Five Below, HIMX, TSLR, which is a long, Tesla long, TSLT, which is a Tesla long, and TSLL, which is a Tesla bull long, and PKX and JBL and TXG. So yeah, that looks good. I guess Tesla is really looking good, huh? It is trying to bounce up there. If it curls through there tomorrow, it's going to get wild. Again, that 20 is curling down. We'll go through them right now. So yeah, we'll go through the SPY in them right now. And then we'll come back and take your messages and look at your requests. So anything that you guys want to see, anybody wants to look at, just post it up on the Twitter, the YouTube. I see them all, and we'll make sure we go through everything. And here we go. Let's look at our SPY. It was up 611, and it even stayed up in the after hours. And look at that curl up right there. Looking great, but your 20 comes down, and we're hitting the MACD. And it just kind of worries me that it doesn't get through with that run up like that today. And I could see it bouncing back off. So, again, we're playing it day by day. I'm not completely convinced, but I think we're getting right there, guys. So, as I've been saying, this was probably your bottom right here, and your 549. We could see one more pullback, and then we get rolling. So, remember, Tesla's on like a 10-banger or something. It's pretty wild, but again, they do look strong. I'm not going to lie. We'll be on at 7 a.m. You guys know that. We'll be dissecting them. I'm just telling you how they look as they close tonight, and we're just not so confident it can get through that MACD. And so that's what I'm looking at the moment. And we'll look at them first thing in the morning and know exactly what they're trying to do. And good old Apple was curling up, but again, you have some great resistance here. It's just trying to curl, and I'm not so convinced it's really ready. So it looks pretty solid, don't get me wrong. Maybe they run up another day real good and pull back. I'm not exactly sure 100%. Again, we have to take them day by day right now just to make sure we know. But it is getting set up right here. We just got to make sure that this chart's getting definitely turned around and ready to roll. Because if not, they could pull back at any moment on us. And Amazon, I'm telling you, this thing's looking great. I was looking at it, and I think yesterday could have been its bottom. And this thing could get cruising. But another one, you just have to make sure it could bounce off of there one more time, have one more little pullback, and then get really set up. So you can see how tight it's getting right now, and your 20s are still coming down. Maybe they try to run up, and look at Amazon. Look how bullish that shit is. I mean, that thing's looking good right there. Your trend lines are going up. Your 20s and 50s are still coming down, obviously, but yeah, they'll get turned right back around. So remember, we were looking at Amazon and Google. Remember, we were looking at that and seeing, and we were saying maybe yesterday was its bottom. It's still under this trend line, jumps up and gets up. It'll get moving. And again, hitting that line right there, they're so hard to tell. Could have a little one more pullback. That's all it looks like. If it does, it's probably one more. Meta was trying to get set up. It pulled back some more. And again, this one could be trying to bottom out. So Meta, not meat, that won't help us. Not on here anyway. Meta again looks like it could be trying to bottom out there and try to curl back up, and you know it's getting tighter and tighter as it curls up. It could have a little more pullback here and then get rolling. So obviously, we're going to be looking at them nonstop tomorrow and the rest of the week. You know that. Microsoft was up a little bit, trying to curl up right there. And Microsoft doesn't look too bad, I must say. Microsoft looks pretty good. So you can keep an eye on Microsoft right there because, again, not looking bad and could actually run up to that 392 again. So look at Microsoft tomorrow and see if it wants to run. It's looking pretty solid, I must say. And again, it could get to that 20. So that's what you're looking at there. And the video is up a little bit, and that's trying to curl up, but I'm not so sure. Look at it hitting that line. And let's look at it real quick here. As it's not looking bad there. I'm telling you, it could get right into that channel. And again, you just can't tell. I mean, look at that thing. It looks like it wants to roll now. And it's solid up here. It's getting bullish. It could run in this channel set up and then really pop. So who the heck knows, guys? Again, we're going to play them day by day because it's all you can do at the moment for sure. Why this market's a little choppy, and then we know when the bottoms come in, and then we'll know that it's really safe to get in our positions. But at the moment, just play them one by one, and we'll see what happens tomorrow morning, and we'll go through it. It's been a really good strategy so far, I must say. And again, you don't have to force any trades or anything if you're not trading one day or a couple days. Don't worry about it. You're not losing anything because you could probably look at the ones that you might have got in, and they might have been bad decisions because of how choppy the market is. Maybe you would have hit it. Who knows? But you played it safer, and that's perfectly fine during a choppy market. So you keep that cash for when you know they bottom, and then you run it up there. So that's what you're looking at, and that's what NVIDIA is looking pretty good. So we're going to keep an eye on that one, and let's take a look at our Tesla here. Up $10, curling up, and again, hitting that line really good. And this is like a 10-banger here, isn't it? I think we've counted it before. It's curled up so many times, like 1, 2, 3. It rode it, 4 up here, and then 5 rode it, and 6. I mean, it's just so many little pop-ups, and now we're really riding it, guys. I mean, look at this thing. It's really trying to get through it, and it's really trying to move. So we'll see. Our 20s coming down on it, and again, could, just like the rest, could be one more little pullback here, and then they really get cruising. So we'll see how they open up tomorrow. That is for sure. And you know we'll be on at 7 a.m. So here we go at AMC. It was up a hair, and it's hitting that resistance. It wasn't doing anything real crazy, but it did curl up and look much better. So we'll see as it hits the 20, the resistance. It has everything. Look at it. Has some resistance, some 20 and a 50 right there. It will get set up, don't get me wrong, but I'm not so sure it's ready just yet. GameStop, was that the one that looked really good? GameStop looked great. I meant to post this. Earnings coming up. what is that, next Tuesday right there, hitting the 20. But GameStop was not looking bad today. It is hitting that 20, but it could get right through it into this channel as well. So we'll keep an eye on GameStop tomorrow and see what they're up to. And how about Chewy right here? That was sitting on a support line, but again, they have earnings. I'm not exactly sure it can get through. And there's the 20, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And good old Unity again, another one just trying to curl up here, and we'll have to keep an eye on it. The 20 looks like it's going to be curling down to hold it down right there, so not exactly sure about that, but we will keep an eye on that as well. And let's look at our Netflix, because it was up $29, and another one, look at how hard it's hitting right there. And if these things don't break through, it'll be a great one to short down tomorrow real quick again, just like we did it here on St. Patty's Day, and then yesterday shorted it down perfectly. It's breaking through, so we got to check. Look, it's trying to get through. It's looking much better. It may actually run up, so we're keeping an eye on Netflix to see if it breaks through. And again, they could possibly break this pattern. Some, not all of them, but some of them might start doing it. We've seen a couple of them do it already, and they're looking a lot better. AVGO hitting that 20, looking pretty good, trying to curl up right there. So that's what AVGO looks like, and we'll see. Like I said, it's not looking bad. It looks much better. So I'm not 100% convinced, but they are looking much better, and we're getting way closer to that bottom. I'll say that, if we're not like almost there. MU right here was up a little bit, and it's in that channel. They do have earnings. I'd be careful with it on tomorrow, right? Yeah, and it could jump up here tomorrow to that 107. Look at it, but I'd be careful with the earnings. I can't really tell what it wants to do off of that. And good old TSM still didn't get through. It did cross over today, but it's in that spot where it could pull itself down. It never broke through the resistance. It never looked like anyway. It got over the hair, but it did break through, it looked like. So again, we have to look at them. It's not looking too bad right there on here from the after hour. Look at 174. It got up to 175. So like I said, they're right there, and we'll look at them tomorrow to dissect them. You know, I don't like to assume anything's going to be happening. I like to know when things are going to happen. I tell you when things are really going to be popping or what it's going to do. And if we don't have an exact look, I tell you, let's look at it tomorrow, and we'll get a better idea. So I don't try to just force things out there. I like to make it, and I tell you guys, the faster I look at it and tell you, if I sit there and stare at it for a little bit, we might as well look at it tomorrow, because I'm just sitting there going back and forth. It could do this, it could do that. I'm accurate when I look at it immediately and just say it's going to do this within 3 seconds. So not all of them can tell you that, though, and that's why I go back and forth, and you hear me say, you know, let's look at it again, and I can look at it tomorrow and get a completely better look at it, and as it's moving or opening up. So those of you that are just tuning in or new, we go through this huge watch list. I do tweet it out all the time, and every night we tweet it out, and that's where we go. And then we do some big caps, the SPY, the Mag 7. There are usual ones, and the other ones are the ones that you guys send in and request to look at. So that's our watch list, and we go through. You guys send in some great ones. We have a great community, I promise you, and a lot of knowledgeable people, and we clearly find every single popper. I run through the scanners. Laptop Travel is always running his scanners and sending great ones in, and like I said, everybody's always sending great ones in, so I greatly appreciate it. So continue to, and yeah, we'll continue to rock and roll and crush the market together. So SMCI, let's look at this. That 20's coming down hard on it, guys. I mean, it looks like it wants to, but I think it's trying to fake us out. That's what it looks like to me right there. And AMD did look good. Remember, we said that was going up some more today. It could get up that high. It could run up some more tomorrow to that 111. So AMD not looking bad. We called that perfectly. And I think AMD, but again, I think it's getting to the 50 and then probably coming back down right there. So just watch for it to do that. And then QCOM right here, QCOM, curling up right there, actually looking much better. I would say QCOM right here curled through. It might stay in this channel. So here's one that just kind of broke right through. Good old QCOM looking pretty good, I must say. And again, we'll go through these ones in the morning. We always do. Intel, remember we said it was hitting that resistance and pulling back. There you go. And it may get it might set right back up and cruise back up there. So we'll keep an eye on Intel right here, INTC. Yeah, it could, but it could keep dipping down if this keeps falling. So we'll see what Intel's doing, but it was hitting that resistance. That's the one thing. They may be crossing through the MACDs, and that's great. They're not breaking through all the resistance, and that's fine too as they get set up, because you kind of have an idea what's going on. PayPal looking much better too. Look at this thing trying to hit that 20, and we'll see what PayPal's up to right here. Yeah, that's crossed through looking good. Could easily get through to 20, and they did all stop right there. So it's kind of like, they want to do it, but they're just making us work to figure these out. That's for sure. And that is PYPL, PayPal, and Sophie right here. Let's look at it. I just missed a couple, but we'll look at Sophie first. That curled through too, guys. I'm pretty impressed. Yeah, I don't think it was through. Where to close? 12.90. Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't through when I looked at it, and it jumped up in the after hour, looking much better, but hitting that 20 in a spot where it could pull itself back. But it does look pretty good, I have to say. And Snow, I thought, was coming back down. But again, it's hitting that area right there. It's up a little bit. We'll see. It might have a little more pullback in it. Maybe some of them will start to move, and some are just going to have that last bit of pullback. I don't know. 20's coming down. Usually when it's coming down on them, they don't like to run. But this is a wild market, so who the hell knows? Dell, that was up a little bit, 228, hitting that 20 and some resistance there. Crossed through, looking good. We've seen it happen before, too, guys. And then, like right here, look, they cross through and then come straight back down real hard. We've seen it. So, like I said, I'm not completely convinced, but they do look better. And if they do it, they might only have like one more time that pullback. So, we'll be definitely hawk-eyeing them tomorrow to see exactly what they want to do. MPLTR, like I said, I'm not exactly convinced it's hitting that line, that 20, smacking it hard, and I don't know if it's ready, but it does look like it has some good base, and that's their bottom back there, so that's always positive if you know that. And that's what PLTR looks like at the moment, Palantir. And then Mara and Riot right here. Mara was looking, remember we were saying that these things were trying to get set up? They were starting to look really good. They are. They're looking much better. They do have, I hate when I do that. They do have a little bit of time to set up, but they are looking much better. MARA. Yeah, look at that thing trying to curl up really hard right there. So it's trying to maintain that setup. That way it can really get cruising. And crypto is definitely looking better. That's for sure. We're about to go through it. But Riot's looking really good. Look at this thing trying to break through. And now they're actually crossing through. It could easily do it. It pulled itself up there. Make sure it don't pull itself back. And then it's going to get up to this 20 up here and start trying to set up and move. You can see that setup happening up there. So that is Riot. And good old CleanSpark was getting set up as well and looking good, trying to roll back up. So keep an eye on that too. CleanSpark, CLSK. And yeah, it's hitting that 20, looking really good to try to run. We've seen it before. And even MicroStrategy was looking pretty good, up $21, hitting that resistance. Has this great setup right here, up a little in the after hours, it looked like. But again, we have to make sure he's in that channel. Maybe, like I told you before, he was fighting to stay into that channel. I think it was important because as it can pull back, it can stay up there and really pop. So we may really see crypto get cruising in the next few days. Something big could be happening. And that is MicroStrategy. We'll roll through the rest of these big caps real quick. Good old coin. That was up $8, looking pretty good. Look at it hitting that line. Let's make sure it can get through. If they're getting through, they're looking good. It just pulled itself up. We've seen them pull ourselves back. Tomorrow is a really big day like today was. Today passed the test, though, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. As Hood's pulling up there to the 20. Again, not completely convinced am I, but let's see if it can do it. And like I tell you, I just look at the charts and tell you what it looks like at the moment. And we don't want to make things up and pretend that things are happening that are not happening yet. So that's why we approach it the way we do. We take an honest look and just tell you what it can do. It could either hit this, fall back down, they pull back off the MACD, set back up, or it gets in this channel, crosses through, and they want to start moving again. So there you go. It's really that simple, but obviously it's a coin flip, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to say it's going to go one way or the other. I'm just telling you where our two options basically are. Obviously, we all know that, but that's what's going to happen, and that's what you're looking for too. And DJT was trying to move up today, and look at it, cross through, looking much better. So I have to say things are looking way better right now, and we'll see if they can hold up. We've seen them not stay up like this before, and again, maybe we're getting close to that bottom. And fun, remember we were saying this was trying to look good the other day, and here you go. It is looking pretty damn good to get set up in the next few days. So maybe by next week it's looking really good right here. So PHU and fun is going to get pretty fun, it looks like. And I guess the market is too. And look at our mountain right here looking way better. Remember, we were looking at it, and Val is curling up. Just watch. They have that resistance at 165. But Mountain is taking the chairlift up to that 50 right there, and we'll see if it can break through. So there you go with MTN, good old Mountain. And MCD, McDonald's is actually up, and that thing didn't look good at all. It looked like it was dipping down hard. So we'll have to see if it jumps up over that 50 and towards this line 320 again. It'll be really good for McDonald's, MCD, and it's trying to right there. It looks even better in the after hours, I must say. So yeah, MCD, McDonald's not looking bad right there, and we'll keep an eye on it. And how about Boeing was up $11, and that looked much better off the bottom, curled through. So they are breaking through, guys. So look at this thing curled through. We'll make sure it stays in that channel or even bust up even higher. So watch that. Might even have some momentum in the morning. Space was up today too. I think Laptop Travel nailed the bottom on this thing. He caught it right there, like 293 or 285. He was right down there. I know that. He said, I think it just bottomed out. And I think you were absolutely right, Laptop Travel. So nice look on that. And yeah, that got up into the 50. It's in that channel. It may just bounce around and get set up. So Space looking much better. We've watched it pull back forever. So there you go with SPCE right there. And IBM, that was up $5 and not looking bad. And again, it's in the 20. Looks like it wants to kind of pull it back, and it looks like it wants to set up off of here. So it could pull back a little bit more on IBM, but that's just a nice little setup look right there. Like I said, 20 coming down. So that might have a little bit more time. And Disney was up a hair, and that looks like it could have bottomed out. So let's see if it's going to try to really roll up here. And again, your 20's coming down, so it's an interesting look, I'm not going to lie, and we'll get a better idea early in the morning, I'm sure. Oxy was up a little bit, and so was ExxonMobil, and that got into that channel right there, OXY. So keep an eye on that. And good old ExxonMobil right here. Remember, we said this was looking good, and boom, there you go at ExxonMobil, because it was running up there. And let's see what it did. 113 to 115, and that's where it's at, 115.60. It basically closed at its high up there. So there you are with ExxonMobil. And we nailed that one because we said that was going up last night as well. The last two nights, as a matter of fact. So there you go. And there's ExxonMobil, and good old Nike was down, and they have earnings. That's right. I was looking at it. They do have earnings. Is it tomorrow? Yes, it is tomorrow, Nike's. And it looked like it's trying to pull back. We'll have to see. Let me see if it did anything in the after hours there. Yeah, it's curled. I don't know. I'll have to look at Nike tomorrow, get a better idea. Again, I'm not playing the earnings anyway. And that DXYZ was up a little bit, and this thing's been curling up and looking pretty good, and it's getting set up. And this thing's probably bottomed out right here at that 25, and this thing was all the way up here. Remember, this thing was running 77. This is the only way to get into SpaceX, right, guys? Right, Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel. DXYZ, SpaceX is private, but this company right here is involved. If I remember correctly, I'll let them guys tell you, because I forget everything, and I'm not the fundamental guy, that's for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the truth. Anyway, there you go with that list, and let's look at our crypto. Let's see. Bitcoin's at 85,872. Sol's at 133. And Ethereum's at 2,026. Ripple's at 248 right there. Doge is at 17. Cardano's at 73. And Sheeb is like a bunch of zeros. And it doesn't matter. And Ripple's down up to 248. It was at 250. And Cardano 73. Chainlink's at 1477. And HBAR is at 19. Just over 19 cents. And there you go with them prices. Let me just look at these charts real quick. As a matter of fact, you guys want to look at them? Here you go. We'll look at them. BTC, USD. I just got to go in here and do this. Find them on here. Coinbase is what I always look at. And it did run up. It's in that channel right there. And it's not looking bad, guys. It could get easily up back to that 91. And as it's curling up, we'll just make sure it's really trying to roll. So not looking bad for your Bitcoin, that's for sure. And our Solana right here, if I can find it right there, hitting the 20 right there. It's got to push its way in. So we'll keep an eye on that Solana. It's at 133 ETH/USD. Let's look at our Ethereum, and that is right here, and that is trying to push through that channel right there, so that's a better look for us, so that's not bad for Ethereum. And let's just see who else. Ripple, XRP, USD, and I'll just look on my app real quick to confirm them all, that they all look like good. I like that app thing, but this one looks great. It's just setting up. It could pull back into your channel, so you might get a little bit of a better price there. But I would tell you what, Ripple's looking good. I believe today they did beat that lawsuit, or they threw it out, or whatever they did with it. And let me just take a look on my app. Yeah, these things are looking pretty good. What did I say there? What was that? Yeah, BTC. Let me see that thing again. Let me see this thing. Let me see. Yeah, 85. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Yeah, 85, 788. Yep, they're all right there, just bouncing around. I was just making sure they were all the same. I was like, what's going on? Yeah, not looking bad. Like I said, it's in that channel. I think we might have a little bit of setup time, but who the heck knows, guys? It's looking way better. Ripple at 248, like I said, that looks like it wants to get ripping right there. That looks almost the best out of them all. Cardano at 133. And that's looking pretty decent, curled up, maybe just getting stair-stepped around. And Ethereum 2028 and jumped up, and just a little healthy pullback, not looking bad. So yeah, I would say they're pretty good shape right there for the crypto look right there. And let's take a look and see what you guys want. That's how the market ended. Obviously, it was nice and green, and crypto is not looking bad. We did our big caps and everybody else, our crypto, them list, and let me go through and see what you guys want to see real quick. RGC, let's look at that one. Oh, RGC, I just saw it right there. There we go. Oh, yeah, that one we've been looking at, and it's still in the top. It's kind of pulling back right there, so you might want to just be careful tomorrow. You might get one more run-up on it. Just be careful. 28 to 37 right there, and it closed at that 28.93, so you could, it's still in the top. You could still get a nice little bounce up there. And we've definitely been looking at that bad boy for a little while. And that's COEP. You guys are telling me, yeah, let's look at our JP Morgan and all them dudes. JP Morgan, they're still looking good and moving on up. And again, let's see if they can do it right there. 20 coming down. I'm not 100% convinced here. And we'll obviously find out, I think, tomorrow. There's JP Morgan, could hit that 20. Is it going to cross through? Some of them are starting to do it. It is. It's hard to tell exactly what they want to do at the moment. So they are getting set up, and they're looking much better, and we're going to evaluate them in the morning, that's for sure. Good old Morgan Stanley MS, same situation. Look at it, hitting that line. Looks great to come up to that 20, and it could jump up there and still pull back a little bit. So That's what it looks like. And what was the Citigroup? I couldn't think of their name. And that curling up right there, looking good. So they're all in the basic same situation right there. And again, we're just looking to see if they can cross through. Some of them have, and then they got to get to this 20, and it'll get turned around if they can do it. So it'll be a beauty. ASML, let's look at that. I know we looked at it last night. I forget what it's called. ASML Holdings, that's what it is. And that's curled through, and that's trying to run up. Just watch out. You got that resistance up there at 749, but you're at 734 right there. And not looking too bad. Look at it. It looks like it's going to try to curl itself up. Yeah, that one don't look too bad. Again, you just have that resistance right here at 750. So that's all you're looking at right there, Luis Rodriguez. And AI and biotech is definitely the future. And CDE, gold stock. Let's look at that one again. CDE, there we go. Oh yeah, that's that mining company, and just a little flat again. It ran up yesterday. It might have topped out. They're going to get set back up easily, so you can see it. Look at these things getting curled up. Maybe if it dips down in between this channel at the lowest, so but it will be getting set up to run. And that BTOG did run up in the aftermarket, you said. Yeah, it just says 20. It very well could, because if it ran up after 8 o'clock, this thing kind of, I don't even know what it does at 8 o'clock, but I just pay attention to that. But look at this thing, because it's going to curl up right there, that BTOG. So we're looking at that. And BA, let's look at that. That is Boeing. We looked at it. It was up way up there. And that TM is still doing its thing. And I know we looked at it, Toyota Motor. Oh, yeah, look at that thing. Still running up. We called that thing perfect. Nice call on that, Luis Rodriguez, because he sent that over, and immediately I was like, that looks real good. So there you are with them. Let me hop on here and see what's going on over here. Chart screen is stuck on Mara. Oh shit, are you serious? This thing keeps getting frozen? Yes, it is, huh? God damn it. Why is this thing? I gotta see what's up with this thing, because it keeps freezing now. That's not cool. And I even have it opened up. It's in like the Google Chrome and all that stuff. So I have no idea, but that would be weird, because that's definitely, what the frick? Damn, that's so weird. And it's not clicking over. Hold on, let me see. Now I'm going to mess with it. It's going to screw it all up again. Let me just see. I might be able to do this and then do this one more time. Hold on. 1 second. Might work. This I might be able to do for you. Let's see if we get that and pop that, add it, and do it like that. There we go. We're back. All right. Sorry, guys. Mara, we were all the way back there. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. I should have probably been looking. There we go. All right. Well, that's work again. Oh, sorry. We went from Mara all the way through all them guys. I mean, I could do some of them real quick. If you want, I can run through them. I'm just looking at it. Nothing too crazy. I'll just run through like Riot, Mara, Riot, and them guys real quick for you. Mara's looking really good, like I was saying. Riot not looking bad, like I was saying. Look at this thing. We just want to make sure it's getting curled through. That's pretty much with all of them at the moment. So that was Riot. Clean Spark was looking the same way, and MicroStrategy, like I said, was fighting to keep itself into that channel and looking pretty good, guys. So something's going on right there. And that Coinbase was up today and not looking bad. It's hitting that MACD, so if it can get through, or money. And the same with Hood right here. Let's see, that one was going to hit that 20, and again, let's see if it can get through right there. So that's what we were looking at on Hood. Yup, it's hitting right there, so we'll see if it can break it. 20's coming down. If it does, it'll get in the channel, curl that bad boy right up. So there you go with them. And again, DJT was setting up, Fun was setting up, Mountain was up, McDonald's was looking good, Boeing was up in space, that was looking good, IBM not looking bad. I think IBM was in that pulling back, I forget. No, that was up. Oh, it's just in that channel and could pull back right there. I'll keep an eye on that. Disney was down, Oxy was up, and ExxonMobil was up. We knew it. Nike was down, and that DXYZ was up a little bit and looking pretty good. So there you go. Thanks, Barbara, for letting me know, because I had no idea that the thing froze. I just had it sitting on the X screen at that point and didn't even notice. So cool, they're working again. That works nice. That's an easy fix. I can fix that. But when the camera freezes, I'm pretty screwed. But thank you very much for letting me know. And tomorrow, let's see, initial jobless claims are at 8:30, and then that Philadelphia Fed manufacturing survey, existing home sales, and the U.S. leading economy indicators at 10 a.m. So we have some of them things getting done tomorrow. And LGHL, let's see, that's that lion, right? And what does it do? Hold on. LGHL, didn't it pull back? We looked at it earlier, didn't we? Yeah, it ran up today and then it pulled back there, right? 10 to 13, and it closed at 10. It came down to 9. And yeah, it definitely ran up there. And this thing has it at 10. And it's hitting that bottom. We'll have to look at the lion tomorrow. We can look at even JAGX. And then, well, I think JAGX might have been up today, if I remember. Let me look. Was JAGX up? It was a little bit. Oh, yeah, it had taken that huge dip yesterday. I did look at this, and I think it might just try to make a base, even come down. I don't think JAGX is really ready yet, so we'll just watch that. And then what is the other one? The cheetah, the cheetah, CTNT. That one is up 3 cents, had earnings, trying to curl up. The cheetah's not looking bad, guys, so we'll keep an eye on that. It's hitting that 20 right there, but trying to get moving, so keep an eye on that. And how about that RCAT? That was up 25 cents. This is getting set up. You can see it looks pretty good. Could have a little run up tomorrow, up to that 20 right there. So keep an eye on RedCat. It looks like it does want to cruise up there. So there you go with them, guys. And that's your big cats. And let's see what else is going on. Symbotic does have options change. Beautiful. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. Appreciate that. And yep, it does have options. So keep an eye on that. Symbotic, like I said, it looks like it's trying to get set up right here. It's rolling up. It's looking pretty good. And I think we might have to take a look at that one tomorrow. And yeah, look at that bad boy. That's looking really good to get through that 20 and then roll that up there. So keep an eye on Symbotic right there. Thanks, guys, for letting me know that. And then we did go over them overnighters, so we talked about that. And INLF is a micro float of 2 million shares. Let me just look at it. I don't really remember it. Oh, is that one I did mark? Hold on. I don't remember. But anyway, that one's looking pretty good, actually. INLF. I don't even remember looking at this. Hold on. What is this one? Horizon Kinetics Inflation. This one's looking pretty good. It looks like it's going to keep some momentum going, guys. And it looks like it's setting up some more. So that one definitely looking pretty good, I must say. INLF. Yeah, that's looking pretty good right there. I'll post that one out. And let's look. FGL has a micro. I remember we looked at this one. Oh, yeah, that's that one. It was running up. Look at this one tomorrow, too. This one's not looking bad. FGL, I know we look. Remember, I was saying, look at that. It could get through that 50 right there. So there you go with that. And Barber did scowl out a CDT a couple days ago with just a 2%. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. It did run up in the morning, didn't it? Didn't it run up in the pre-market the other day? You're right. I do remember you saying that. I think it ran up like that day. It ran up a little bit. Yeah, like 118 or something. That is right. And you had a 2% profit before it dipped so hard. So that was very nice. I do remember you saying you're getting out of it. Perfect. Beautiful. That was nice. And let's see what else is going on. BTOG, I would look at that tomorrow. It does look like it's trying to roll up there, so definitely look at it. And let's see, HKD. Same guys who were underwriters of HKD had underwritten HKPD. So that could be an interesting one, guys. Like I said, they got that HKD to run like to the thousands of dollars. So keep an eye on this thing right here, HKPD. And it could be an interesting one for sure. It's looking like it wants to get moving. You can see that. And then we'll look at that HKD, but that one did fly up before. So yeah, keep an eye on HKPD for a possible parabolic run. Hong Kong stock underwritten by the same guys who's handled DGNX, and HKD ran over 1,000% in score of other Chinese runners. So thank you, Laptop Travel, for that. And yeah, I would keep an eye on this HKDP, right? HKPD. The HKPD is coming for you guys. And it looks like it could be a lockup because that one could get cruising. So we're definitely going to watch that in the morning. Thanks, Laptop Travel. And let's see. President Trump's scheduled to speak at the Digital Asset Summit in New York on March 20th. Which is tomorrow, right? So that is going to be a historic event. For the first time for a sitting president will address a cryptocurrency conference. So I would say that's pretty big. You want to see the quantum ones, Nomineo or something. I'm not sure how to say it. Probably butchered your name, but QUBT, we'll look at it. Hitting that channel right there. I think you're going to be pulling back. Their earnings are tomorrow, aren't they? Yeah. That's right. We look at these pretty often. QUBT, but hitting that channel. And again, look at it in the 50. It looks like it's trying to pull back right there for the quantum computing one. And QBTS, this D wave had been running up, but it looks like this one could try to roll back up into the top. It looks like. Keep an eye on this tomorrow, guys. QBTS. I'm not promising you anything. Could come out, but it could bounce off of that thing. Off that top line right there just because of the way it's looking. So we'll look at it. QMCO, another one's hitting that 50, and I think they're just going to have to get set up. And this is what I say, when they get into that channel, they get set up, and then they get cruising. So you can kind of tell when they really want to run, and that's what we dissect all the time. And this QSI in there, so I think we're just sitting tight with them. And there you go. Like I said, with your quantum ones, but appreciate them, and we will definitely look at it. And May 31st is the 1-year anniversary I started my show. You're absolutely right. That's 100%. So yeah, coming up on like a year, I just started doing a show. Laptop Travel, listen to the very first one. I just kind of started doing them, and yeah, he's been hanging out every day. Luis Rodriguez was in there the first days, Asian Joe Lee, and a bunch of people that still come on every single day and follow along and send in stock tickers and always contribute, and I greatly appreciate it. I promise you that. And like I said, we have a great community. We have a lot of fun, and even when the market's going down, we crush it, guys, because it doesn't matter. The stock charts tell you everything. We called the election. We called the popular vote when it was completely turned around. We called it down perfectly. We called the assassination attempt. We call everything, bombings and all. So we do it all on this show and have a good time with it. It's just try to make it entertaining but also educational, and just give you my 20 plus years of experience of looking at stock charts. It was always a hobby. I'm definitely not a financial guy. I have zero financial background. I'm self-taught for everything. That's why I don't know any of the terms. I don't know what anything all the candles look like. I don't know what their names are, but I know what they do, and I just make up my own words, my own lingo. So that's what you get from me. And like I said, I just look at charts. We go through them. And I take my emotions, I put them to the side, and we go through these things and just cruise through. I tell you what we see, and they can change in 10 minutes. Obviously, they're not going to tonight, but at 7 a.m., they can change 10 minutes later. But we always reevaluate things. We'll never look at something and say, oh, it pulled back. We're not going to. We'll find that thing and get out, like Barbara was saying with the a couple of them. We've seen them pull back, and you can find exactly where they're bottoming out and then catch them there for that pop and at least get out, and pretty much get out even at the very least for the most part. So we definitely don't just throw out stock tickers for anything. We go through a lot of them, that's for sure. We have a beautiful watch list, and that's what I tell everyone. Keep it as a watch list, and I'll post it out when we get done. Actually, I'll put it right here on top of the stock cube since we are almost done there, and that way I don't forget. And yeah, so let me see if there's anything else I missed, and let me see right here. I think we got all that. And let's see, boom I did post my list this morning, but I will post it tonight. Like I said, as long as someone, Scott, I think, messaged last night, and I got off the show. I was looking at the old JFK files, and then I kind of just passed out and forgot to even post it out there. And then Hepa right there, we're definitely looking at that. TB12, good old Tom Brady's listening, so that's cool. But Jared, Hepa, we're definitely looking at that tomorrow after the split. It is looking a little better for us. And let's see, LGHL is in the reverse split, so he posted GWAV. Let's look at that early retirement right there. I like that. GWAV, Green Wave. We've looked at this. It's just in that channel right there, so you may get it up to the 50 right there, but I don't think it's really going to go popping that crazy. I'll look at it. Hold on. Yeah, it's just in there. It's going to get set up, so nothing too crazy with GWAV. Let me see what else. Oh, there's some more. Oh, wait, we did AGH and RR, and I think we got all them, SAG and all them guys. And what is ZK? Did we look at that? Oh, yeah, we definitely looked at that. That was a Chinese one, and they do have earnings coming up. And again, it looks like it's going to bounce down. I can't really tell. I'm not a big earnings guy, Curran. I think that's how you say your name, so I apologize if not. But yeah, I'm the earnings I just don't even understand them, to be honest with you. It's just I can pick around them, but not on them, that's for sure. So that's what we get for that. And there we go, guys. I'd say that's a pretty good market review. I think we got everything, and it was a pretty good day. I can't complain. We can never complain. Like I said, we just taking it day by day right now. That's how you have to approach it until these things actually break that pattern and really show us that they're ready to roll. And we know that we can run them up. And when we can run them up, they're going to run up pretty good. Crypto's looking much better, and things are looking a lot more stable, I'll say. If it's not ready to pop just yet, they are getting really close to bottoming out, and that is a good sign. So I would say it is looking a lot better, even way better than last night. Today actually surprised me, I'm not going to lie, and now I'm kind of saying, yeah, they're looking like they want to bottom out. I'm not convinced that they're ready to fly yet, but I am thinking that they're getting to that bottom and getting ready. Some might start to break through and start moving. So that's what it looks like to me, guys. And, I just give you my honest opinion. And we'll look at them at 7 a.m. and know exactly what's going on in the morning. And there you are for a good market review. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Let me know if you guys want to see anything. Actually, I didn't go through. Hold on. I'll time out. I never went through the scanners and stuff or the news. 1 second, we'll end in 5 minutes. How's that? Like right around 11 o'clock. Here we go. Slide in Chinese shares hampers Asian markets despite Fed optimism. Asian stocks advance as Fed calms tariff concerns. Powell, Trump's tariffs will probably drive up prices. Stock futures rise as investors look to extend rally fueled by Fed's rate cut outlook. And the Fed sees higher inflation and slower U.S. economy due to uncertainty tied to Trump's tariffs. So yeah, but the market reacted pretty decent. So that was them. Let's see what's going on over here real quick as NVIDIA pops up first. And I was saying it was looking pretty good, to be honest with you. What is this? XHL. Oh, is that 10 holdings? We were looking at this thing, weren't we, guys? XHLD. Definitely was on our list and definitely popped up pretty good today. I'll say that. We were looking at it last night. I know that. XHLD, and that one did cruise there, 73 to 203. I'm sure that was over 100% or 135% right there, guys. We definitely looked at that last night, so there you go. And Lucid, I just popped it on there for us tonight. Actually, when we were going through the other ones, looking good. Ford, remember who was telling you that was setting up from way back, and we're way up on that because we were at the bottom right here. We knew it bottomed out. Bam, right there at 90 something. It's in the 10s now. So there you go for Ford. That's looking decent. And let's see what else is going on here. That BDTX, we were looking at that, and SUNE and PLTR and all these guys at VRPX into the basement there. And American Airlines, let's see, it's looking much better. It had come run way down, guys. This could be a good opportunity right here for American Airlines. Make sure it gets out of the basement, crosses through. We might have to keep an eye on that. We used to have that on the list, and we took it off. And it had run up there. Now it's way down, so we meant to look at it. The SPYs right there, SMCI, and that AGMH. So a lot of them that we already know, but we just know what's moving around. Let's look over here real quick, see if anything crazy with volumes happening. ATER, wasn't that just on the list the other day? And look at that thing run today. So there you go with that. That one popped up there, ATER, and we just looked at that as well. So again, and I say it all the time, anybody tune in that's new, I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you follow along. But we do a huge watch list. It's an amazing watch list to keep your eyes on. And you don't want to try to trade them all. You just want to trade the ones that you really like, the setups that really fit your trading style, and just take one at a time, because if you don't, you will get crushed along there, especially in this market. They'll crush you down trying to pay attention to multiple ones. So just take one at a time, trade it smart, lock in your profits, and just roll it over. And that's all you're trying to do right now. And as these get set back up and you can run them up and you can option them up really good, like we were putting it down the whole market, that's when they'll start popping. But yeah, so we look at a ton of them. They start running and popping. Don't think that you ever miss anything. You couldn't possibly trade them all, and nor do I. Trust me, I don't. We look at all these. I can tell you when they're all going to run. You couldn't possibly trade them all. So again, you pick out the ones that fit your style, the one you like, and you play it accordingly the way you like it, and boom, you lock in those profits and move along. But ATER, we were definitely looking at this 274 to 350. It's back to 265, but yeah, that was on our list. That LSE was on our list. XHLD. I mean, everything that runs APDN, we were early on that one, and that one's getting pumped up now, and that one should be a fun one tomorrow. ADTX. We smoked that one, and I mean, it's just non-stop, all of them. So look at this one, Gummy. Let's look at this bad boy. What's Gummy up to? Ultra short municipal income ETF. Yeah, I don't really mess with these ones too much, but just had an interesting name as GUMI, Gummy. And there you go. I would say that's everything there. And let me just tell you what's trending over here on StockTwits real quick, and then we'll hop off. But yeah, Bitcoin's at 86,000 still, looking good. CAPR, we've talked about Capper before, and PDD. Let's look at that one. Hold on, let me hop in here. PDD, because we've looked at this recently as well. It has earnings. Is that tomorrow probably? Yep. So I don't know if I'd mess with it, but it did run up. I don't know what that's going to really do. That Capper, this one's been a good one. CAPR, Capper Core. This one looks like it's trying to set back up, guys. I'll keep an eye on this CAPR. This one could get moving right there. Did they say they have earnings? They did have earnings, it looks like today. So that is getting set up. And let's see what else. DGNX. Let's see. DGNX. What's that? Diginex. We looked at it. Laptop Travel, I think. When we look at this one, I'm pretty sure. Wasn't that the ones that we looked at? And 5. Bonk's on their way up, guys. And Ford and Nike's on there actually up a little bit. And what's QXO real quick? It's got to be a China one. I'd have to imagine just them letters. No, it's a USA one. I would think that's a China one. Just them letters. And let's see. It's trying to curl up. Keep an eye on this QXO because that's not looking bad either. So there you go. That's in that channel. Could have a little run up on you. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a pretty good market review for us. And just seeing if I missed anything. This one's moving too. FBRX. This one's kind of moving. Fort Biosciences. Take a look at this one. FBRX. Yeah, this one has a lot of space to run up. It was way up there and then pulled back, and it couldn't run back up there. So have to look at that one. And then that Grow is that Brazil Potash one. And we were way early on that thing, guys, because that was way down here. I actually posted that today. We had that at the bottom for sure. And yeah, what else do I see? And that TRNR, I meant to write that one down. Interactive Strength is still trying to get some strength here. We'll see if it can get rolling up. If not, it's probably all finished up, but we'll see. Look at it. It's trying to curl back up and run. So we'll take a look at that. And there you go, everybody. I'd say we just nailed everything. And again, if you want to see anything in the morning, just hop on at 7 a.m. We'll be live streaming. Let me know what you want to look at. We'll take a look at it. We'll run through the market, our Jolie's jumpers and our laptop lowdowns, and of course, crypto, big cap, SPY, everything else, and see what the news is up to. So there we are, everybody. A very good market review. I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out. And again, I wish I could thank everybody. I always did, but now that we're live streaming, I have no idea who's even on except for a few of you that leave the messages. Lee and Janica and Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, always on, obviously. And then we have a bunch of people over here, like Barbara was on. And let's see who else was leaving messages over here. Chris was on as well, and a few other people. And so, yeah, I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out for sure. And that is the wrap up for today. And let me see. I got to get back to the StreamYard. There we are. And yeah, still getting used to doing the live streaming. But after this week, I should be much better with it, I would think. Who knows? But we'll get better as we go along. And there you go, everybody. So I'll catch you guys at 7 a.m. And we'll have our pre-market. We'll see what's going on for a Thursday tomorrow. We'll run through it, see what crypto's looking like. And we'll go from there day by day, and maybe by next week we'll actually be really good to start rocking and rolling again. So we've been crushing it. We're not complaining. And obviously, what is it? Which one are we looking at? APDX or whatever? APDN. That one's getting crazy because we were looking at it, and it's obviously getting pumped up now. It was up in the after hours. Let's look at it. APDN, what a close at 246 there. So what a beauty. And that's curling up, and all kinds of big names were involved in this one, getting reverse splitted yesterday. We were early on it as usual. So there you go, everyone. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. for pre-market. So have a good night, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.